So you're actually a relative of mine by some extension, and you've had an interesting experience this year, which is to actually go to Alexa. There's actually a name as well, which means it activates all the devices. That's the Amazon. You've actually been to the through the site of Pacific Pallisades in July 25. So it's interesting now to hear about what it is like now, just a few months on from the LA fires. What was it like to go through there now?
Well, it's basically like a ghost town, so you go through it and it's just like everything's burnt down, and there's just, it kind of looks like abandoned buildings, to be honest, because it's just like everything's burnt and there's just decay everywhere, and like there's just no one there, so it literally feels like you're just going through a ghost town. And then there's one part of it that hasn't burnt down because there was this man who was really rich who had insurance, and he was able to save his part of the town. But apart from that, I mean, there's just everywhere is burnt, and it's...
So what you see is things like just the chimney stacks, because most things are what they're built to withstand fire, but everything else is just a shell around it.
You can also see, I saw this one building that was literally just the pillars of the building, and then everything inside was just decay and just like ashes everywhere.
And have you noticed when you were going through whether there was some rebuilding starting to happen of any of the former houses?
I didn't see any rebuilding done yet, but I do know, I have one of my friends who actually lived in the Palisades has his house burned down, and they said as soon as they can they're going to try to start rebuilding it, but I didn't see any rebuilding for the moment, no.
So by the summer, because it happened in January of 25, and people went back to it, like to look through and see if they could salvage anything. In many cases it was just so bad, but at this time you've hardly noticed anything as a result of and also to get an idea of the scale when you're actually there, when you're travelling through it, how wide an area was this devastated the buildings burnt down?
It was just like, if you look around, like for example, you see all the houses, but it's literally, you can't see anywhere that's not burnt down apart from just that little, it was like just a little street that was like not burnt down because of the man that had insurance, but apart from that, just everything everywhere was burnt down. And you could also see some trees that had burnt down, and like everything, it's just
So it was over sort of several miles.
Yeah.
And how are you going?
Like the whole time you're going through it, it's just everything is like ashes and decay and all of that.
And was this by car, just going through? 'Cause some people are cycling through it on some YouTube videos.
No, I went in a car. Yeah.
And how long would it take, when you were going through, how long would it take before you reached an area that was not devastated,
I think about like 20 minutes maybe, or 15 to 20 minutes. But then again, I didn't go through all of it, I just went straight through, and I only saw one street of it, so...
Just lots of it. And
it was a lot wider than I had travelled through.
Yes, because that's to get an idea of the scale. If it takes you 15 or 20 minutes by car, it's kind of, could be 5 miles or something, I don't know.
And we were going pretty fast too, so it was really long.
Yeah, so it's devastated a wide area. It's going Malibu, it's going into Pacific Palisades, it's going down that, I don't know what they call it, the Pacific Coast Highway.
I went on the highway.
That was the one, is it the 101 or the 1 or something? That goes right, devastated all along there.
From all the way from Beverly Hills to Malibu, it goes all the way down.
And what about when it kind of went up the hills a bit as well? Did you sort of see that as well as the flatter areas?
There was like some parts of the trees and the grass and everything that was just like burnt down. It was all dry and everything. So it was really sad, I think, to just go through and see everyone's like, all the shops, all the houses, everything just being burnt down.
Just done that, and not even much thing of recovery now. It's just but it's going to be years before it actually gets back like that.
Yeah, and also there was just no one there. It was almost like it was like an abandoned village or something, because it was just empty with no one walking around, no cars, nothing.
So it's that eerie atmosphere. And you said you actually know somebody who's been affected as well. Like you've got friends out there. So how are they affected?
Well, I have one of my friends who was affected. Actually had his whole house burnt down because of the fires. I don't know too much about it, but his whole house burnt down, and he had to completely move to a new house.
And did he have difficulty doing that, or did he have insurance? Because a lot of people some people were wealthy enough to even buy another place, but it would displace a lot of people, wouldn't it?
Well, he was really, really rich, so he did buy a new house. But he did, all of his belongings got burnt. He wasn't able to salvage anything. So yeah, he just had to get a new house and make do with that.
And have you noticed, how's he handled that? Do you think, how's it affected him into?
Well, I think he was really young. He was younger than me. He was about 15, and I think it really upset him because when I went to Disneyland with him, he was talking about these teddy bears that he had gotten from Disneyland.
Oh yeah, I
he
can
was
imagine.
collecting them, and he collected 5 of them, and he bought a new one in Disneyland because he said, well, I don't have any left.
I don't have the ones before, yes.
Yeah, because they got burnt down in the fires. So, and he seemed a bit upset.
It's things like that. There's things that you have can't be replaced if they're not like things that you can get another copy of.
He replaced it with another copy of something, but I think he was more emotional about it because it was something from his childhood, and it was like part of his childhood that he wasn't able to get back.
Yeah, definitely know what that would be like, and it's hard to to actually go through that. So even if you are really wealthy, those are the things that you can't ever replace, aren't they?
There's always something that you can't replace, even if you're really, really rich. I mean, his grandfather was a billionaire, and he still lost a bunch of things that was really meaningful to him and all of that. So,
Well, thanks for sharing your experience of going through the Pacific Palisades actually in the summer of 25 and just seeing what it's like now. Thank you, Alexa.